man. But then yesterday, I got this laundry list of audio from national people talking about Shedeur Sanders and filling it in about Shedeur. And I told you we had yesterday, Albert Breer was on Afternoon Drive. We'll play the Albert Breer coming up here in a bit. John Middlecoff, though, 3 and Out with John Middlecoff, he's just one where he mentioned this, and I was kind of taken aback. So there's a lot of review here because now Shedeur is back in the spotlight. He's been named the starter. How long is he going to be starter? Is he to be guaranteed starter for the rest of the year? What's it mean for the organization? What's it mean for the organization's future, his future? Well, John Middlecoff mentions this.
You see the video of Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders. Rookie making his first start at quarterback. Pretty easy one to go, give it up for Shedeur. So I'm on board with a little weird. But here's the reality. Guys drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, the head coach might not even like that player. That might be the GM's pick. And clearly Stefanski drafted Dylan Gabriel. Now, I can't blame him for Shedeur Sanders. The rest of the league wasn't touching him. But clearly he doesn't like him. So I just think this notion of he's not nice. It's in football. He doesn't like him. You're starting now as a 5th round pick. It's all, in front of you. So all these excuses, all these people complaining, it's like he goes makes plays. Everyone will shut up and Stefanski will be fired at the end of the year.
Well, why would Stefanski be fired at the end of the year? I don't think Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur Sanders. And frankly, I don't think it was really Andrew Berry's pick either.
Well, that has been the notion, though. That has been the notion that Stefanski doesn't like him, the way he looks at him, the body language, the way he talks about him. This has all been the stuff that we have played on the radio from outside of Cleveland. This has all been national stuff we've been playing. And we've had callers, too.
Yeah.
We've had callers call in and say it's clear Stefanski doesn't like him. Stefanski likes Gabriel. That's why Gabriel, and him work together. That's why Shedeur was buried 4th on the depth chart.
Because of Gabriel?
That there seemed to be a relationship.
But I don't.
Then people brought up the agency and the representation.
Oh, God.
And Orlovsky was brought into the fray.
Well, listen,
Dan Lanning.
I'll only go further than this. This is just how far I'm willing to take it. Is that I don't believe when we had a caller call in and it's like, did you see how Andrew Berry was? And I'm like, you have no basis on that. Now, I don't have much of a basis on things that I can say, can't say. I don't think it was really Andrew Berry's choice to make either. I think that they looked at this and they decided, well, let's just bring in another quarterback. He's the one with the highest ceiling. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring him in. I think that Kevin is basically not touchy-feely with anybody who's on his football team. I don't think that he is huggy and loves guys. I don't think that this is not Dick Vermeil by any stretch of the means. He is not that guy. And I don't think it's that guy with Shedeur. I don't think it's that guy with Miles. I don't think that's that guy with David. I mean, David and him have gone around where I think David kind of likes a more emotional coach, and Kevin's just not that guy.
No.
Kevin's just not that guy. So I don't think that Kevin doesn't like him, but I don't understand the thought of, guys, you guys got to get used to this idea. The more games they win, the much less likely it is for them to let go of Kevin Stefanski and or Andrew Berry. We got to understand this from the very beginning of this. They do not want to fire them. They don't want to fire Kevin. Jimmy doesn't want to fire Kevin, and he doesn't want to fire Andrew Berry. He doesn't want to fire either of them.
Agreed.
He does not want to make changes. He wants whatever this is, he wants it to work. So the more games that he plays well in and they win in, it's just going to keep Kevin with the team. So that part of what John Middlecoff is saying, I don't agree with whatsoever. They do not. If they wanted to fire guys, they would have let go of guys after last year.
Oh, they've had opportunities.
3 and 14.
Yeah.
There's been opportunities before. This is the weird thing.
Giants already fired their coach this year with the same record.
You guys got to understand here, you want Shedeur to do well, and I want Shedeur to do well. Shedeur doing well does not mean that Kevin's going to get canned. Shedeur doing well means that they will win games, maybe some games that they're not supposed to win, and that Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry will stay. We gotta, of all the air we have to clear, we have to clear that air right there.
Sure.
John Middlecoff, former NFL scout, and I think he's entertaining. There's things obviously I disagree with, and there's things I agree with a lot on. One of the things I disagree with on is what he said about firing Kevin Stefanski the better that Shedeur Sanders does.
You see the video of Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders. Rookie making his first start at quarterback. Pretty easy one to go, give it up for Shedeur. So I'm on board with a little weird. But here's the reality. Guys drafted in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, the head coach might not even like that player. That might be the GM's pick. And clearly Stefanski drafted Dylan Gabriel. Now, I can't blame him for Shedeur Sanders. The rest of the league wasn't touching him either. But clearly he doesn't like him. So I just think this notion of he's not nice. It's in football. He doesn't like him. You're starting now as a 5th round pick. It's all, in front of you. So all these excuses, all these people complaining, it's like he goes makes plays. Everyone will shut up and Stefanski will be fired at the end of the year.
The only way he gets fired at the end of the year is if they don't win games. And I don't think that you are a situation. This team is not bad. Hold on. On defense, this team is really good. On offense, this team is really bad. There you go. If a quarterback plays well with that defense, you're going to win a couple of more games. You might be in too big of a hole. You're 3-8, guys. I'm not talking about playoffs or anything like that. But when you are 3-8 and you do have a couple of teams on the schedule that are winnable games, if your quarterback plays well, you're going to win games. Your defense is too good. So if you win some more games, he's going to stay. If they get to 5 or maybe 6 wins, they probably won't. But if you get to 2 more wins, I think they're going to stay. So I don't understand the correlation between him playing well. It almost seems to be Trent Dilfer to me. You can't lose games and still win in the NFL. Remember Trent Dilfer said that on Edge NFL Matchup or Monday Night Countdown?
It's a great clip.
You can't win games and then turn right around and get fired. Because the ownership, whether you guys like Stefanski or not, I'm just telling you how it is. The ownership's going to look at this and go, we picked maybe the right guy. And say he does exceedingly well. Say he does so well that you set your draft on fire and you say, no quarterbacks in this draft. No quarterbacks. We're going positional players, BPA. Bring me Caleb Downs. Bring me Arvell Reese or Carnell Tate or Caden Proctor, whoever you want. Maybe you want to do that. If he plays that well, then that means that they're going to look at this and go, we got him ready the right way. He didn't start from week 1. They didn't thrust him into a situation he wasn't ready for. They took care of this situation the right way. He was able to flourish. Shedeur was able to play well. This is the right coach with him. This is the right staff with him. This is the right front office with him. We're keeping everybody. You might not like hearing that a day before Thanksgiving, but that's the truth. That's the truth of this.
I agree with everything.
They don't want to move on from anybody as of right now, November 26th.
We'll get to the phones here. As a thought exercise, I was thinking on the way in, threading the needle of a way that the quarterback could look good enough to where you wouldn't draft a quarterback with one of your 2 picks in the first round, but also
fire the coach.
And I couldn't come up with it. I could unless they were so publicly beefing, which is not going to happen, and yet Shedeur was playing well. I could not see that happen.
I heard the clip, and again, that's 3 and out with John Middlecoff.
Maybe John Elway and Dan Reeves, that kind of happened with them, but that was after he had been to AFC Championship games.
Yeah.
3 of them.
And Dan Reeves still ended up being a good coach. It just it did not work with.
But they publicly beefed in a big time way.
But you're not going to move on.
He played well, and then they fired the coach. It's hard for me to fathom.
You're not going to move on from that situation because they don't want to move on from that situation. So you can get mad all you want, but that's just the truth of the matter of this. They don't want to do it. And the only thing I can think of is that maybe they don't like the outsiders or the people who are insiders, who are NFL insiders, but outsiders of the Browns. I mean, let's be honest here. Over the last umpteen weeks, they've said things. Dan Orlovsky basically talking about Kevin Stefanski getting another job with somebody else and winning with somebody else as if it's a threat to Browns fans. It's almost like, well, do you want him to get out of this situation? Is that it's like, well, you can fire him and then he can go get a job with the Giants and go flourish. I don't know what it is, but by winning games, they were a 3-win team and they kept him. So if you win 5, which is still asking for the moon here, if you win 5, they're not going to let go of him for winning 5 games. 216-474-0092. Andrew in Dayton, you're first up on the Fan.
Hey, Kenny. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, Andrew. Go right on ahead, friend.
All right, so you're kind of being flip-floppity here. You're saying that...
Flippity-floppity-boo.
You're saying if Shedeur plays well, then Kevin's not going to get fired. Don't you think it's an indictment on the ineptitude of the coaching staff that they buried him on the depth chart?
To who? The ownership?
No, the coaching staff.
No. Does the ownership feel it's an indictment that they put him fourth on the depth chart, that he came in, he was taken care of, he played well, they won football games? I don't think it's going to be an indictment to the ownership, not at all.
Well, I guess in Cleveland, we're the only people okay with punting on an entire season just to evaluate two rookie quarterbacks. One we knew was terrible from the beginning, and Gabriel, ever since he played Ohio State, I knew he wasn't NFL worthy. So if we're fine with punting on seasons and having
they are.
3
they
wins,
are.
yeah, well, yeah.
I agree with
Cleveland.
you. I agree. No, I agree with you. I think that, you know, when you went from two veterans, Andrew, when you went from two veterans straight to Dylan Gabriel and then to Shedeur Sanders, I mean, that's what they do. I mean, that's still the old guardrails. They've done that before. They did that before at the beginning of this in 16 and 17 and getting ready for 18 and everything else. Like, we've seen this type of behavior before. So, yeah, it is a Cleveland type of scenario. Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree, but what I wanted to say is that I want to argue that Stefanski should be wanting Shedeur not to play well because he can wash his hands clean of this and be like, look, I told you so. So that's all I think.
If he doesn't play well, Andrew, thank you for the call. The only way, like, if he doesn't play well and you end up 3-14 again, yeah, I'll probably get let go. They need each other. Shedeur needs each other. Shedeur needs his coaching staff, because I thought it was a great game plan on Sunday to get him ready, to get him comfortable, and to get him to grow within this offense and within the NFL. Kevin needs him to keep his job. You may not like each other. I don't think they dislike each other. You may think they dislike each other. They still need each other.
There's no planet where a fifth rounder is starting week one in the NFL in a situation like this. That's just not happening. Guys, you can throw out the tracker as fans do about the training camp. That is just not how NFL teams operate. So all 32 teams would have been guilty of the same thing that the Browns did.
And I'll tell you this.
He actually is starting earlier than I think in most cases.
The fans who are Shedeur-only fans, not Browns fans, and are dropping in, I'm going to let you guys know how this goes. The ownership does not want to move on from Kevin Stefanski at all. They don't want to move on from Andrew Berry at all either, for that matter. If you are wanting Kevin Stefanski gone, you understand what the NFL, you've used this at the NFL, and I got to admit, I think it's weird too. To a certain degree, some of the conspiracy stuff I think is nuts. But I mean, for the guy to fall to the fifth round, I'm wondering myself, guys. I'm wondering myself. But for him to fall to the fifth round, if you bring in a new general manager and a new head coach after you only win 3 games, these are NFL insiders, coaches. You know, Albert Breer, I said before, I think guys speak through Albert Breer. Some of the stuff that Albert Breer says, yeah, I think that's his opinion. But I think a lot of things, what he said in that podcast, with the SI, the Monday Morning Quarterback podcast, I think a lot of that's what a lot of scouts and what a lot of coaches and what a lot of front office guys are telling them. And those are the guys you pick from to be your next head coach and your next general manager. If they get fired, you ain't keeping him. He's going somewhere else. And I don't know if he's going to get that chance somewhere else. This was the best opportunity for him to play as early as he could with the Cleveland Browns. So I don't know if anybody else is going to pick him up. We all need each other here. I need Shedeur to play well. He needs to be in this organization. He needs to play well. And Kevin Stefanski needs him to play well. And he needs his coaching staff to set him up for success. You may not like it. That's the truth. It's been that way the entire segment, and really it's been that way the entire year. I think we're just all now realizing it.